Maisie, it's me, Nadine.
Whoa, Nadine?
Why are you so surprised? Is it that rare to get a text from your little sister?
Well, we haven't been in touch for like 3 years. Even when I texted you, you never replied.
Oh, sorry. I've just been super busy.
So why did you suddenly reach out now? Is something up? If you're in trouble, let me hear it.
Oh my god. Why would you think that?
Well, it's unusual to hear from you, so I thought maybe something happened.
No, come on. It's nothing like that, but, well, something did happen. It's not a problem. It's good news. I'm pregnant.
What? Congratulations! How far along are you?
Actually, I'm already in my 2nd trimester. I wanted to wait until after I was in the clear to tell you.
That makes sense. But you didn't tell me you got married.
I'm not married yet.
Oh, wait, so are you going to raise the baby on your own?
No way! Do you really think I'd do something with that reckless? We've already promised to get married. It's a shotgun wedding.
Oh, but I'm happy to hear. What's he like?
He's 5 years older than me and super hot. He's a business owner too. He knows a lot about stocks and investments, and he's loaded. It's like I hit the jackpot.
So you're marrying a businessman too?
Yep, just like you, Maisie. Paul's a business owner too, right?
Well, his company isn't that big though.
Oh, stop being so modest. I heard he's doing pretty well lately, huh?
Yeah, it's finally picking up. It took years to get to this point. It was really hard at first.
But in the end, he succeeded, so he's pretty amazing. You're so lucky to be married to someone like that. He's the ideal husband, you know.
You've met a great guy too, right? You've always had high standards.
Yeah, that's probably why my past relationships didn't last long.
Didn't you break up with someone after just a week? But it's amazing how you found your ideal guy after all.
I've always been jealous of you, you know. You're smart, went to a good college, and married a high-achieving guy. Mom and Dad were always praising you. Meanwhile, I was always the one getting scolded.
Well, you were a bit of a troublemaker as a kid. But now, you found your ideal husband, so things turned out well, didn't they?
I guess. I just refuse to settle for less. A woman can only have so many children in her lifetime, right? So, I'm going to have some. I want them to have the best genes possible. If I see even a tiny flaw, my feelings just fade.
Wow, you've really thought this through. Anyway, make sure to introduce me to him.
Of course. But he's super busy, so we can't meet right away. I'll introduce you to him soon. Just hang tight.
I'm looking forward to it. And I can't wait to meet the baby too.
Maisie, good news.
Wait, could it be?
Yes, I'm finally a mom.
Oh, that's wonderful. So everything went well?
A healthy baby boy. Since it was my first time, labor took forever, even after the contractions started. When he was finally born, I was so moved.
Congratulations. You must be exhausted.
I want you to see the baby's face. Can you come over today?
What, today? Are you sure? You just gave birth.
It's fine. I have a private room.
Okay, I'll come by after work. I can't wait to meet the baby.
Oh, and I'll finally introduce you to my husband.
Oh, I'm finally going to meet him. You've been putting it off, so I've been curious.
Sorry for keeping you waiting. You'll be shocked when you see him.
Is he that handsome? I might get nervous.
The baby looks just like him. I can't wait for you to see.
You can already tell, even though he's just been born?
Oh yeah, it's clear. He's got his dad's good looks. He's insanely cute.
Well, you did bring him into the world, so of course he's adorable.
Sorry, I'm probably sounding so boastful. It must be hard hearing this since you haven't been able to have kids yourself.
Don't worry about it. I'm honestly just so happy for you, like it's happening to me.
Are you still going through fertility treatments?
Yeah, it's been about 4 years now.
4 years? Isn't it time to give up? It's such a waste of money.
I know, but I want to give it one more shot. A last-ditch effort.
Come on, 4 years is way too long. You're in your mid-30s now. It's expensive. Why not stop? Plus, poor Paul must be tired of going through this with you.
Do you think so?
Sure. If I were him, I'd be fed up. He's been going to appointments and getting tests done too, right?
But he says he's not bothered by it.
He's probably just holding it in. One of my friends has been going through the same thing with fertility treatments. They've been at it for over 3 years now with no luck. They've even tried IVF several times, but nothing worked. It's taken such a toll on them emotionally, and they're always fighting. The cost is outrageous, and her husband's telling her to give up. But she's still pushing forward, not ready to quit. Honestly, watching them go through all that is heartbreaking. Seeing someone try so hard but not get the results is really tough. Maybe it's time to let go of the idea of having a baby. It's not fair to Paul being dragged through all this, you know.
That's not true. He feels he still owes me and says we're in this together and we support each other no matter what.
Owes you? Did you do something for him?
I supported us until his business got off the ground. He was really struggling mentally back then. He always says he's grateful for how I stood by him.
So you helped him get through the tough times? But that's all in the past, isn't it? Bringing up favors from years ago is kind of unfair, don't you think?
Unfair?
Honestly, a wife who can't have kids isn't really worth much, is she? What's the point of staying married? The chances of getting pregnant only drop as you get older. If you wanted kids, he should have left you a long time ago.
Well, yeah, but it's not like we have to have kids.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
He's obviously just saying that to be nice. You're so clueless, Maisie. Honestly, you're kind of stupid.
Where's this coming from? Did I do something to make you mad?
No, not really. I've just been wanting to say this for a long time. You're so selfish. You can't even do the most important thing a wife should. Yet you're still clinging on your role as his wife. It pisses me off just watching you.
Calm down, Nadine. What's gotten into you? Are you just tired from the labor?
Sorry, I got a bit heated. My hormones are all over the place and I've been so emotional. Since getting pregnant, I get irritated so easily. I fly off the handle over the smallest things. Sometimes I just can't stop crying. And things that never bothered me before suddenly seem terrifying. I feel mentally unstable and I can't control it. Having a baby really takes a lot out of you, doesn't it?
You should rest for a bit.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. But make sure you come today, okay?
Are you sure? Maybe it's better if I don't see you right now. I feel like I might just upset you again.
Now just come. I have something I need to talk to you about. You have to come.
What's going on, honey? Come home.
I don't want to.
Oh, come on.
Just leave me alone. I don't want to see your face right now.
Are you mad at me or something?
Of course I am.
You're misunderstanding something.
What exactly am I misunderstanding? Why were you at the hospital? And why did that nurse call you Dad?
Well, yeah, but...
So you've been cheating with Nadine, right? I never imagined that my husband could be the father of my sister's baby. I'm filing for divorce and asking for compensation.
Hold on, there's more to this than you think.
Then tell me. What kind of reason could possibly explain why you were called Dad? You've been fed up with me this whole time, haven't you? That's why you switched to her.
Why would I ever be fed up with you? That's not true at all.
Because I can't have children. You think I'm a worthless woman, don't you? Even though we promised we'd live happily together, just the two of us, even if we couldn't have kids. That was a lie, wasn't it?
We've talked about this so many times already, haven't we? I've never blamed you for not being able to conceive. You were there for me when I was at my lowest, supporting me. I've always been grateful for that, and I'm not tired of you at all.
Then what was that today? Nadine told me she was going to introduce me to her husband at the hospital, so I thought that husband was you. Was I wrong?
I went there to meet someone else. I'll explain everything, including what your sister did. So I just need you to come back home.
All right.
Maisie, why did you leave so quickly yesterday? I was going to let you hold the baby, but you just peeked into the room and disappeared.
Sorry, something urgent came up.
What happened?
I just got a lot going on.
So was it more important than visiting me?
Something like that.
You're so cold. I have something I wanted to tell you. Well, whatever, I'll just say it here.
What is it?
You might be shocked, but the father of my baby is Paul.
What?
I was planning to tell you all about our relationship yesterday. Too bad I couldn't tell you in person. I really wanted to see the look on your face when you found out.
Is he really the father?
He's coming again today. We're starting to plan our wedding. So you should start preparing for your divorce.
You know what he looks like, right? Were you planning to take him from the start?
Yep. I happened to see him in town, so I went up to him and flirted a little. He's way too easy, you know. Or maybe I'm just too irresistible.
Why would you do that?
Because he's too good for an ugly woman like you. I'm just taking what should have been mine. He's got great genes, doesn't he? If I'm going to have kids, who else would I choose?
Come to think of it, you said he was a business owner, handsome, and knew a lot about stocks. It all matches Paul.
Let me tell you something. If he's taken, that's your fault. You're the defective one who can't even have kids, so of course you're getting dumped. Just get out of the way and divorce him already.
He would never leave me.
Are you still saying that? Wake up. We already have a child together.
Then that child's father isn't him.
What are you talking about? Of course he is. I get that you don't want to face reality, but it's happening. Just watch as we build a happy family together.
A happy family? We'll see about that. I hate to burst your bubble, but things aren't going to go the way you want.
Huh? Too bad, Maisie. Earlier you were saying something about how Paul wasn't the father of my baby. But that doesn't make any sense. I just got a message from him. He's on his way here now. Maybe I'll have him call you when he gets here.
That's weird. He's sitting right next to me.
That's impossible.
No, he's right here.
There's no way. He's on his way to my room right now.
Actually, I saw him at the hospital yesterday, too.
Oh, really?
We ran into each other in the hallway. The nurse called him Dad, so I thought he was cheating on me with you.
That's what I've been saying. We've been together since last year.
But I found out it was a misunderstanding. The nurse calling him Dad was a case of mistaken identity.
Mistaken identity?
The person heading to you now isn't my husband, Paul.
What are you talking about?
It's his cousin.
His cousin?
He realized his cousin had been impersonating him and had been looking for him. And there were people saying they'd seen him in places he hadn't been, which didn't make sense. After investigating, he found out his cousin had been pretending to be him and getting close to you. So he went to the hospital to meet his cousin, but the nurse mistook him for Dad.
Wait a minute. How can they look that much alike? I swear the guy I was with looked exactly like Paul.
Their fathers are brothers, and they're twins. So Paul and his cousin look almost identical. But if you look closely, you'll notice some differences. Since you don't know Paul that well, you didn't realize.
But I was calling him Paul the whole time? If this is true, that means he was pretending to be him all along.
Exactly.
But why? Why would he do something like that?
Probably for money. He likely planned to disappear once he was found out.
For money?
Yeah, sounds about right. Paul told me his cousin had been arrested multiple times for marriage fraud. He was just released from prison last year. It must have been right after that when you met him.
Marriage fraud? So I've been dating a criminal?
I know he seems like a charming, normal guy, but according to Paul, he's always been the black sheep of the family. He's been tricking single women and stealing their money for years.
What the?
Did you give him any money?
Oh my god, I gave him all my savings. He said he'd invested in stocks and grow it for me.
Oh no, you got played. How much did you give him?
About 30,000.
Oh, darn it.
I believed him when he said he would double it for me. Is what you're saying really true?
Unfortunately, yes.
Then I need to get that money back quickly. Now that the baby's here, I'm going to need it for all kinds of expenses.
I don't think you'll be able to get it back now. Apparently he's been blowing all the money he scams on gambling. Anything else? Did you give him anything else of value?
Oh, my life insurance. I changed the beneficiary to him. He handled all the paperwork.
Life insurance? Oh, that's risky. Who knows what he might do for the insurance payout?
Well, what do you mean?
I mean, if he specifically had you change the beneficiary, there's probably a hidden motive.
Oh my god. What should I do now? He just messaged me saying he's arrived at the hospital. He's on his way to my room right now. What'd I do? I'm scared.
Being alone with him might not be safe.
But I just gave birth. I can't run away easily. I'm scared. Help me.
Why don't you confront him? Tell him you know he's been deceiving you.
I can't. What if he's after the insurance money? If I provoke him, who knows what he might do? Take this seriously.
Then why don't you call the police?
Why are you acting like this is someone else's problem? This could be a real danger for your own sister.
Sister? Who's that? I don't have a sister.
What are you saying? We are sisters.
Are you referring to the woman who tried to steal my husband?
Oh, come on. He wasn't involved after all. I was the one who got tricked.
Yes, you were fooled in the end, but the fact remains that you tried to take my husband. I'm cutting ties with you. You're no longer my sister.
Wait, Maisie! I'm really sorry.
You call that an apology?
I'm sorry! I'll never do anything like that again. Please forgive me.
If sorry fixed everything, we wouldn't need the police. Though honestly, you might need the police right now.
Oh no. He's going to be here any minute. Help me, Maisie. I swear I've learned my lesson.
Paul's cousin entered the room, and that's when Nadine made her escape. The cousin frantically chased after her, causing a huge commotion throughout the hospital. While running, Nadine told the doctors and nurses that she was being targeted by a marriage scammer. In his panic, the cousin fled the scene. However, he was eventually arrested after she filed the report. As for the money she had entrusted to him, it was all spent on gambling. And she never got any of it back. After that, she tried to return to her family home. But once her parents found out she had tried to steal Paul, they wanted nothing to do with her. With nowhere else to go, she ended up renting a small apartment, trying to raise her baby on her own while working. Life was quite difficult for her. She attempted to marry by finding a wealthy man, but being a single mom made it hard to find a partner. Slowly, her mental health began to deteriorate. Seeing her struggle, our aunt and uncle decided to take care of her child. Although it's sad that the child is separated from both parents, I'm relieved to know he's growing up well in the care of our kind aunt and uncle. As for me, about half a year after the whole incident, I found out I was pregnant. Paul was overjoyed, and now we're busy buying baby stuff and thinking of baby names, eagerly awaiting the arrival of our child together. When Nadine told me I should give up on fertility treatments, I wavered a little. But now, I'm so glad I didn't give up.
I have a favor. Are you busy right now?
I'm busy. What's up?
Can you go get Tylenol on your way home? The big brother has a fever. He's sleeping, so I can't leave the house.
Sorry, I can't. I'm going to be late again today. Why don't you just go to the pharmacy? You can leave the house for a little bit. Oh, you don't have to make my dinner.
Didn't you say this morning that you were going to finish early today?
I had to change my plan. It's work, can't be helped.
I understand, but aren't you worried about your son? He has a fever. Besides, don't you think it'd be a disaster if your father catches his cold?
Huh? It's just your fault for not taking a good care of the family. What do you think I'm letting you be a housewife for? You're supposed to take care of the kids so they don't get a fever.
I quit my job because you asked me to take care of your father. I'm not a housewife because I want to. Have you forgotten?
Can you make more money than me? It's more efficient for me to focus on my job than for you to make pennies. And if I have to take care of the house, it makes no sense. Can't you even understand that?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about money. I'm just saying maybe you could take some time to think about your family. The kids are going to forget you. Don't you love your children?
Who's taking care of you guys? If I collapse, we all collapse. Do you understand that? Think about the reality.
I understand and I'm grateful. But I wish you'd take time to focus on your family once in a while. I wish I had more time to talk with you. You leave me taking care of your father. He's paralyzed and can't move, but his brain is still working. You should talk to him once in a while.
I told you, I'm busy. I don't have time to deal with old man.
He takes it out on me when the kids cry. Lately, he's even started taking it out on them too. If you could say something to him, I think he would understand a little better. Also, I'm thinking about taking him to a nursery home.
What? You're going to put my parent in a nursery home? You're a home wife, right? What are you staying home for? You're supposed to take care of everything in the house perfectly. You want to cut corners?
I'm not saying like that, but there are cases where a professional would make both of us happier than an amateur caregiver. I just thought it would be better for him. Anyway, your son has a fever. I'd like to take him to the doctor if possible. He's got a high fever and he's suffering. I don't have time to deal with your father's selfishness. Please come home as soon as you can and help me.
I can't. He'll be okay in the morning. You're overreacting. Which is more important if you compare it to my work? If you don't take care of my dad, you'll get in trouble. If you really want to put him in a nursery home, use your savings to pay for it.
Huh? Why would you say that?
You're so picky. Anyway, I still have to work. Take out my suit for tomorrow. And my shoes were dirty yesterday, so polish them up. It's your job to make sure your husband looks good. Make sure you do your job. I'll turn my phone off. Don't call me.
Understood. I was exhausted from taking care of my father-in-law and raising children perfectly all by myself. But now that they are in elementary school, their body is getting stronger and stronger, and recently it has been a little easier for me to handle them. Except for taking care of the father-in-law, it was just when I thought that I had to start thinking about my future. I'm sorry for contacting you suddenly. Are you Mr. Kyle's wife, Emma? Yes, that's right. Who are you? I'm your husband's agent. An agent? What agent? Yes, my name is Ashley Stone. I'm a lawyer. A lawyer? Why does a lawyer need me? Mr. Kyle, your husband wishes to divorce you. What? You suddenly reached me and what are you saying? Well, please listen until the end. The reasons for divorce are economic abuse and moral harassment. Economic abuse and moral harassment? Huh? Aren't you talking to a wrong person? I have no idea at all. This is rude. The husband works and the wife takes care of the house. If the couple agrees to each other, there is no problem at all. However, you make Mr. Kyle put all the salary he earns into the house budget, and you give him an allowance of $100 a month. Other expenses are almost unacceptable, and he can't choose to wear a tie or a pair of socks. Don't you think this is economic abuse? There is a reason for that. It's true that if you only look at the cash, it's not much, but he uses his other credit cards freely. You bring up your father-in-law's care and childcare and deny his efforts. You tell him to go earn money and force him to work excessively while you don't. Are you thinking that domestic violence and harassment are committed by men against women? You're being lazy and spending your time at home, but you force your husband to work hard. Your words and actions constitute harassment. Wait, I'm not harassing him. I have proof. If he sues you, you'll have to get divorced. You'll have to send your children to children's home. Mr. Kyle says that if you sign the papers, he won't ask for anything. What do you think? No way. What proof do you have? I haven't done anything wrong and I have no idea what you're talking about. Let me talk to my husband. I'm sorry, but I would appreciate it if you could talk to him through me. I'm his lawyer. Can you tell me your license number? Oh, right. It has been on the news recently. How to spot a fake lawyer. Of course you don't want to be scammed. Sure, if you need it, then I'll give you my license number. You can look into it and feel comfortable. Thank you. Whenever you feel more comfortable, please give me a call. I look forward to hearing from you. I looked into the number and it appears that she is indeed an official lawyer. You call this a bolt from the blue. I didn't know what to do and I wanted to go crazy, but it happened all of a sudden.
Hey, my ex-wife, how are you? How have you been?
What do you want? I don't even want to talk to you.
Now we're officially divorced. The thought of finally being free from a boring person makes me so happy. I just wondered how you're feeling right now.
You think I feel good? Of course not.
It's your fault. You looked better when we first got married, but now you've become a boring old hag. You don't respect my parents. You're rebellious against me, and I don't want you as a woman or a wife. Only if you had some of your femininity left. I'm upset.
I don't care anymore. We're over. Leave me alone.
Now that I divorced you, I'm remarrying my young lawyer girlfriend. Well, since you signed the papers, I won't ask you anything. Good job. I'll leave you alone. I'm glad we got divorced by agreement.
I'm more concerned about how I'm going to live with my 2 kids from tomorrow.
I don't think you'll be able to find a decent job after being a housewife for so long. You can't even be a stripper if you're old. Compared to you, Ashley is different. She's younger than you, she's smarter than you, and she's a good woman who works hard. I don't have to worry about financial abuse.
Ashley is a lawyer, right? You two seem to be very close.
Yeah, I'm getting remarried.
What? Remarry? To that lawyer? That's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't care. I can choose who I remarry to. Unlike women, men can remarry right away. She seemed to want to take some time off, but it's better for women to get married early, you know. I want to be with her too.
I'm surprised, but I expected it.
Huh? What?
You took the wrong move at the end, you stupid.
Huh?
Nothing. Good luck. I don't want to say this, but you surprisingly look good, so I don't think the girls will leave you alone.
What do you mean surprisingly? I make good money too.
Right. Well, I hope I never see you again. Take care.
Yeah, bye.
Long time no see, Miss Emma. Do you remember me? Oh, the lawyer from back then. Long time no see. What can I do for you? I'm sure I don't have to talk to you anymore. I'd like to ask you a few questions. What did you do to him?
What did I do to him? What do you mean? What is it all of a sudden?
He had always been so calm, so handsome, but now he's wearing a shabby suit and a mismatched tie, and his shirt is wrinkled and has a dirty collar. What is this?
And he has terrible taste?
Yes, I'm surprised. I knew it was you.
No, that's his original taste. I was like, I can't even shut my mouth. I had to at least dress him for work, let alone in daily wear.
But he won't listen to me no matter what I say.
I'm sure that's true. I had to force him to decide what he was going to wear in the morning. I had to decide from head to toe. Most of the clothes were semi-custom made because he's tall. His ties and shoes were expensive, but they get ruined very easily, so I had to take good care of them. He looks like mature, but he needs a lot of help.
Where did that wonderful Kyle go?
Thank you, that was my work. From now on, please do your best so that you can create a wonderful man. You got married, right? Congratulations. I wish you all the best.
Are you trying to get back at me?
Of course not.
Let me tell you, Kyle and I did not have the kind of relationship you think we had. We only started dating after you guys got divorced.
That can't be true. Kyle told me that. The day he filed for divorce, he said he'd marry you. He wouldn't say such a thing if you weren't even dating. You're a lawyer, right? Don't lie to me.
You have proof?
What?
Do you have any proof that Kyle and I were dating?
You were indeed a lawyer. You were so calm. I have no proof.
Then you won't win in court.
I don't care about court. I'm not even thinking about it.
What?
The only thing you can get from winning in court is money.
As long as I get affidavit that states the reason for the divorce and proves that it's not my fault, there's no problem. That's true, but Emma, are you okay? Aren't you pretending to be fine? Let's say that I had an affair with your husband and as a result I took him away from you. Wouldn't you hate me? Not at all. What? Not at all. I would rather appreciate you. I do have 2 children and I sometimes worried about what we are going to do now that we have lost their father. However, I have finished paying for the student insurance for both children from my husband's savings, and I have finished the car loan and the house loan. He said he needed the car and the house, so I received the property division in cash, and I got the custody of the children. Child support will be deducted from his paycheck, and if he fails to pay it, his accounts will be suspended. I have no problem with that. I think I can raise my children. He has a high income, so wasn't it regrettable to let him go? It would have been a great loss for you and your children. Aren't you pretending to be fine? You want me to pretend? I'm really not playing anything. Besides what I just said, my husband has placed his parent in an expensive nursing home. He said he would put him in a nursing home and live with you as newlyweds. Such a happy guy, isn't he? I really don't think he has cash right now. And you don't have any money either, right? Huh? What's it all of a sudden? The internet is so convenient nowadays. If you know the name and the license number, you can find out all kinds of things, even information on disciplinary actions. What? What are you talking about? You've been suspended by the Bar Association for 6 months. What the hell? Don't be rude. That is a contempt. Your income has been suspended for 6 months, and since you abandoned your clients, you've lost your trust. You are a lawyer and a saw proprietor at the same time. Trust comes first, right? It must be tough when you don't have a job. Where did you hear such bullshit? A lawyer is an agent of justice. I don't put profits first. Don't say such bullshit. Profit doesn't come first. You were punished because you used a deposit from your client to yourself, right? Doesn't that mean you wanted to make a profit? I didn't use it. It's a misunderstanding. I diverted it into another matter, but I gave it back to him. This is what everyone does. There are just some people who make a big fuss about it. If you use it without telling your client, of course that's not acceptable. And what's more, when we were going through our divorce, your business was suspended, right? Is it okay to work under the name of a lawyer? Isn't that illegal? I was just helping my friend with my legal knowledge. Isn't that unreasonable? In fact, when you first contacted me, you named yourself as a lawyer and you provided me your license number. A number could be random, you idiot. Are you a fake lawyer if you don't know what a license number is? There are many good lawyers, but I hear that the number of lawyers who can study but have problems is increasing. I have to be careful when I hire a lawyer. I heard there are some scams too. How can you say that? It's a misunderstanding. Anyway, right now, Kyle only has his house and car as his property, and you don't seem to have any money either. I know you're having a hard time making a living, but good luck. Don't worry, money is just something you can earn again, and if we have love, we can make it work. We will be happy together. That's fine. By the way, everyone around him knows the truth, so there's no use pretending to be a good wife. Everyone? Who's everyone? Not only his relatives, but also his boss, colleagues, and some of his clients. Rumors seem to be spreading from everywhere. I don't know how far it has spread. Why? Why would it happen? You spread it, didn't you? On behalf of my husband who does nothing, I was the one who gave them seasonal greetings. Some of the wives are my personal friends. When I needed help, they were very kind to me as friends. I'm glad I was a good housewife. Besides, telling them what happened is necessary, isn't it? Why would you do that? Why? It's because you made up an abuse or moral harassment story that doesn't exist. I do have a little pride too. The evidence of abuse was a bullshit diary written by Kyle, wasn't it? That was horrible. I keep a parenting diary that also can be used as a household account book. He would have lost if we went to court. Then why didn't you go to court? I wanted to get rid of him as soon as possible. If the trial had taken long and he had started to argue for the divorce, it would have been a big problem. It would definitely be better to leave when he was ready to divorce me. That's how I decided. I think it was the right decision. You're pretending to be like that again? Why don't you just honestly say you're frustrated and you hate him? That's why he left you. If you say you were able to discipline him, then I could do it too. It'll be too late if you regret. Fine. I swear that will never happen. Then good luck. Hope you do your best.
Hey, how are you?
Who are you?
It's me, Kyle. You haven't forgotten me, have you?
I was wondering which Kyle you are, the ex-husband Kyle. I forgot about you.
It seems like you're doing well.
I'm fine. What can I do for you? There's nothing to talk about with you.
Hey, why don't we start over?
Huh? What's with you all of a sudden? Are you crazy? What happened to Ashley?
I don't know, she left.
What? She left? I don't understand.
She tells me to do this and that, but she can't do anything by herself. You know what? She claims to be a lawyer, but she only makes $30,000 a year. I've been tricked.
Maybe you're about the same as her. I guess it's both your faults.
What? What did you say? Don't get cocky.
I heard you lost a lot of work.
How did you know?
I don't think it's $30,000, but I've heard a lot about you. Rumors of a man who left his wife for a young mistress. It must be tough for a sales who deals with many women and families to be the subject of such rumors. Even though it's true, I feel sorry for you.
It's her fault. She was a useless woman. Dad says you were better than her. Aren't you happy?
No way. You want to start over? Hell no. I'd rather you stay away from us.
Don't say like that. The kids can at least take care of their grandpa now. It would be SCL for the kids to get in touch with him. I think it will be useful for their future.
I can't even imagine being in touch with an old man who yells and curses and throws things at you when he's in a bad mood. And you put him in a nursing home, didn't you? There's no need to take care of him, right?
No, it cost a lot of money and he caused problems, so he came back to my house.
What? That's tough. No wonder she left. I understand how she feels. A middle-aged man with no money and his parents to be taken care of?
I'm sorry. I apologize again. Please come back.
Of course not. Don't be silly.
I'm not kidding. Look, I'm in trouble. I need your help.
I told you too that I needed your help. What did you say to me back then? Don't tell me you forgot. I can't. I thought I should leave at least his number since he's the father of my children even though he's like that. But I decided to cut him off because he seemed to be doing nothing but causing trouble. I thought it was the best for my children. I am busy raising my 2 children, sometimes with the help of my parents, but I am managing it. I am a housewife, but if I work outside the home, I can be a housekeeper and they appreciate me. I am grateful for the experience I had. I was blessed with a good employer, and compared to the time I spent being treated like a slave by my ex-husband and ex-father-in-law, it's like heaven. Housewifery is a profound thing. My current hobby is to teach my children minimal housework happily so that they don't end up like my ex-husband.